Okay, well, what have we here then? This is what you call a rapala, and there are certain kind of fish which you need this to actually catch them. You could catch on this a Giant Trevally would go for this, and also you could probably catch a Wahoo, or a tuna would also have a go at this too. And so you can troll it behind the boat, or you can cast it. And to allow it to be cast, I've actually put this sinker on, and I actually bought these sinkers to actually put on the squids. I've got the squids here, you'll see in a minute what's here. And I actually, but they don't go inside the heads here, and afterwards I realized that these would be good for baits, for fishing with baits, but also they've been useful to add a little bit of weight here, and so that I can cast this this object here. It's quite large, but it doesn't weigh very much, and it actually will float, I think. And so it's pulled through the water. As it pulls through the water, it makes a wiggling action like a fish, and this stimulates this action. Certain fish need this action. You cannot catch a Giant Trevally except you have one of these kind of things. And so I'm hoping to be able to catch a Giant Trevally. I've never caught a Giant Trevally before, but they do have them in the Azores. So I'm hoping that this is going to catch me one. And I have two of these, because you can lose these things. I have some 100-pound breaking strain line on it, which I'm hoping will stop it from being chopped off, but a Wahoo could probably chop through that, no problem. Hopefully the Wahoo's mouth doesn't get past that part of it. We'll see. So what else have we here? Okay. This is a collection of all the things I need to make these lures, so all these things are going to live in this box, and I'm going to keep them like this. And so this was the tuna lure I bought, and you can see it's now rigged up, and it seems to be quite a good lure. This is on 200-pound breaking strain mono, and you just clip that onto a swivel on the end of your line. And I've only got small hooks, but I think they're big enough. I don't think you need such big hooks as what they have on there. They're only 5-bar hooks, and probably would have put a bigger hook, but I don't have any bigger hooks, so that's really what I'm going to use. And then this is a tuna lure that I made, and I was going to put a sinker on this, but I didn't. I think it's okay as it is. We'll try it. It'll probably have a nice action if it has no sinker in it. And so I put two hooks on here, one on the tail and one on the head. And yeah, we'll just see how that works. And then I did buy some more. I ordered some of these pink ones because I think the pink colour is very good in the Azores. They like the pink ones, and so with this pink one I didn't put any feather at all, and there's just one hook right on the tail of it, and so otherwise it's the same, made the same as that one. So we'll try both of those and see what happens. So you can see what we have in here, basically the tri-tie materials, some sinkers and our swivels, and we have these are shrink, which are using electrical shrink things. These are quite good for at times to use. And then we have all of our hooks. It's interesting, I ordered two sizes of hooks, and the man sent me an extra packet as a gift. And so, you know, a thank you, free gift. So, yeah. So these are 2-bar, and 2-bar are useful. These are useful size hook for certain small reef dwelling fish. They have small mouths, and so these also will be okay for catching mackerel. So I'll be able to make out of these little mackerel lures, which could probably be made with just a bit of silver paper just tied to it. That would do quite well for mackerel. or other bait fish. So you catch a bait fish and then you put the bait fish out to catch the bigger fish. So that's all of my equipment at the bottom end of the spectrum, at the tail end of the spectrum, so to speak. They call this terminal tackle, is what it's called. Only just fits in perfectly. So that's it. Small and compact, as everything needs to be on a boat. For some reason I didn't put that in. Probably need it for something else. Okay, this is our £100 test. This is necessary for some of the leaders, and then this is a £200. This is 100 meters, £200. Yeah, could make a hand line out of that too. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. And then there's £30, what's left of the £30. This is also useful trace material. You need this for the mackerel rigs can be made out of this £30 test. I've still got to do that. So, there. I'll show you the reel. Yeah. This is one of the reels that I got. This is what's called a Pen 60 Long Beach, and this is a design that goes back to the 1930s and it hasn't changed at all. It's the first design that they ever made, really, for pen fishing reels, and it's just a basic, good, easy to reel. You can bottom fish with this and wind things up from the bottom, and it's very easy to wind. And what I've got on here is this actually came with this monofilament on. It looks like it's about £40 breaking strain line, maybe even more, maybe even £50, and monofilament. And this is good. Monofilament is good for trolling behind the boat. So this one is going to be partnered with to troll, and then my other reel. I'll show you my other reel. The other one is on the rod, and so I'm going to have to just move that to one side, and I'll show you. This is what's called a pen squidder, and as you can see, it's in rather marvellous condition, absolutely perfect condition actually. And so I was very lucky with this reel. And there are two spools. It comes with two spools, and it's easy take apart. So you just unscrew this nut here, twist it and pull it off, and then you can put another spool on. And this spool here has it has braid underneath, top shot with, it's got 150 yards of braid and 150 yards of 30-pound mono on top. And this is for trolling, and so you've got the stretch. The mono filament has a stretch in it, which is good for trolling. And then if you're bottom fishing and want to use the braid, it's also good for casting as well. You need this for casting. So for casting for trevally, or tuna, this will be good. But for bottom fishing, if you want to fish for large groper and things like that, then what you do is you put the braid, the spool of braid, which has got nylon on the bottom and braid on the top. And that braid then is, you can feel every little touch of a bite if you're fishing in deep water. And so this is a good general purpose reel for that. And with 300 yards of line, you're going to be able to catch most fish on this. I'm not targeting giants, I'm not targeting huge tuna or anything like that. That's why I'm using the smaller hooks, and I'm hoping that any large fish that takes it will really just straighten the hook and away it will go. So what we're actually targeting is fish up to 120 pounds. That's about it really. And yeah, so I've caught fish on this reel. I had one of these reels before, and of all the reels that I had, this was the most versatile reel that I had. In that particular case, I had it loaded with braid because I used to use it for bottom fishing. And loaded with braid and fishing in 100 meters of water, I pulled in many large fish up to about 50 or 60 pounds very easily on this reel, this outfit. So I'm quite confident that this can handle a big fish. And the biggest tuna I've caught was about 80 pounds. And I'm quite happy that this would have been enough line and enough power to, I did have a 6-bar O reel that I caught it on, but it would have been possible to catch it on this reel also. And so whilst I was looking at bigger reels, there's a limited amount of space in a boat, and the size of tackle also is a comfort factor of how comfortable it is to use. And so the smaller outfit that you can use to target the fish that you're going for, the better really. And so this is probably the minimum that you could possibly use while I have these two reels, and it's probably the minimum that you can get away with. And as I say, you can hook fish which are just too big. If you hooked a 300-pound tuna, you'd probably be in trouble. And so we don't know. I've never tried to catch. I have seen people catch 300-pound tuna on spinning reels. So if you can do that, but it's a long fight. It's a 6-hour battle. And one of the things with tuna is that an old fisherman told me that when you catch a tuna, when you hook a tuna, you must never stop the boat, because if you stop the boat, what happens is the tuna gets below you and it just swims round in circles, and you just can't budge it. You haven't got the leverage to turn it. So, but if you don't stop the boat, what happens is between the fish and the line, there's always an angle, and it's never like this. And so when there's an angle, the fish cannot get into the situation where he can defeat you with leverage, and so he generally is coming to the surface, and you can catch him this way without a long prolonged fight, which is not good for the fish either. You know, you don't want to prolong the fight and put stress on the fish. You know, if you're going to catch a fish to eat, you want to catch it quickly, dispatch the fish in the humane way as possible, fillet it and eat it. And this is the main reason for fishing. I don't firmly believe that you should never catch a fish for sport. This is a silly thing to do, and only a stupid man would do this.